The sixth edition of ET Brand World Summit is underway, and we are just coming out of the session with Mr. Sanjiv Mehta, how leaders of organizations should look at brand building. It was a very interesting conversation, Sanjiv, and would love to know what is one takeaway from your conversation that you would like audiences to know who are not physically present here today.
Oh, absolutely. If we really look back, what is the cornerstone of marketing? It is about having a deep understanding of your consumers, their unmet needs. Is how do you create value for the consumers through products, services, through experience? How you build a brand which is distinctive and stands out? How do you build relationships with your consumers which can last a lifetime? Timeless brands, that's what they do. Now, these cornerstones haven't changed, even in the new age, the new world. But how you bring them to life in a world where the behaviors are changing, where technology has become omnipresent, that is something which marketeers and CMOs have to embrace. Now, what I have told the audience that as marketeers, you need not be conversant with coding in Python. But very importantly, you need to understand how you could use technology for the benefit of your consumers, for your brands, and for creating value. Yeah. You should understand the contours of AI, what it can do, what it cannot do. You should understand models like Bayesian. Yeah. You should understand prompt engineering because there is no getting away from it in the new world. And I believe that if you adopt the technology, keeping in perspective your true north, then you would become a much better marketeer and marketing would become even more enjoyable.
Fantastic. I think the conversation touched on so many elements of the relationship between the CEO and the CMO, your own experience, trials by fire when the brand came under fire. Would love to know how was your experience at the event, interacting with Sudhir, interacting with the delegates, attendees, and the overall run.
First, I would like to congratulate ET for holding this event. As a nation, we have to move up the value chain. We have to become a product nation. We have to carve out an identity for ourselves as the makers of great products, not just in India, but across the world. And branding, whether it is branding for the country, whether it is branding for the products, that has to occupy a very important place. And I was very delighted today to share my thoughts and engage with Sudhir. Sudhir and I, we've been colleagues for years. And Sudhir is one of the most brilliant marketing minds in the country. And so it was a real pleasure. So I would like to thank ET and I would like to thank Sudhir for this wonderful morning today.
Sanjeev, it was a pleasure to host you, and I'm sure our community of CMOs would love to hear what a leader yourself thinks about marketing and its relevance in the C-suite. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
It was a pleasure.
Real pleasure.